What's up, guys? It's the Firing Squad back at it again with another video on BattleBit Remastered. Now, if you're anything like me, whenever you first downloaded the game, you were getting clapped every single time you came around a corner, and maybe you landed on the Recon class. Maybe hang back, do some sniping from a long distance away, stay safe, and do my best not to get counter-sniped. But recently, I got a little bored of the slightly slower gameplay, having to hang back, sit on a hill, and just not move the entire game. So I took off my long-range scope, popped a mid-range on there, changed some of my attachments around, and found that I was really adding a lot more to my team. I was getting more kills, and ultimately having more fun playing the game. So I wanted to talk to you guys about it today, show off some gameplay, hopefully give you some tips, maybe some tricks about how you can do this in your own games. So let's get into it. So to start off with, we're going to be popping off the old tried and true bipod. We're not going to be laying down for too long. You'll see me kind of bop down, bop back up, occasionally, mainly as I'm taking fire just to get myself healed back up. With this type of game style, you really want to be pushing with your team. You always want to be surrounded by teammates, staying about 10 to 20 meters back from the main line of engagement. And what you're going to be doing is going for headshots when you can. You want to be thinning out enemy ranks, definitely focusing in on those medics so that you can weaken the overall enemy push. But you also, sometimes you just got to take some body shots. You want to be weakening the overall team. Somebody that's at half health is going to be easier for your team to kill. Somebody at full health. It's not exactly rocket science. Make sure that you put on a medium range scope. The medium range scopes in BattleBit Remastered don't have that crazy glint that your long range, your 6x, 8x, all the way up to 40x if you're a psychopath scopes have. That's going to keep you less noticeable. You're still going to be taking fire all the time, but that's part of the fun. You're going to be taking fire and returning fire just as much. It's going to be a much more active gameplay style and a lot more fun. Now, the map is going to be your friend. Always, always, always you want to be making sure that you are keeping an eye on what points your team has captured and what points your team is going to be pushing towards. So always be bringing up that map just to see where your overall friendlies are, because you're there to offer support and thin out those enemy ranks. You want to be finding large collections of enemies. We're not going to be picking off one person at a time. We're going to be going to try and lay down suppressing fire where we can. Now, anytime you take somebody out, you get a couple good shots in. Really important to be repositioning. The more you're standing in one place, the more likely it is, obviously, that some other Recon Rat is going to take you out. So anytime you sit down, you take a shot, you take a couple shots, take somebody out, you want to make sure that you are going to be, repositioning, get into another window, get into another building, pushing up with your team to avoid those that return fire, those counter snipers from getting you. One thing you'll see is that also, just because we're building this for active gameplay style, for pushing up, for being near our teammates, this is still viable as a counter sniping build. You'll see, I noticed that I've got a long range sniper scope glint coming through the trees. Post up for 1 second. I probably stayed here a little bit too long, but I really wanted to get this guy. Take a shot, headshot, that easy. We bounce off, and we go and support the team again. Whenever you're in the mid-range, I'm talking like 0 to 200 meters, you don't really have to account for any type of bullet drop, so you don't have to worry about zeroing your scope out. Anything under 200 meters, you can pretty much just place the crosshair on your enemy's head, pull the trigger, rinse them, repeat. One thing you'll notice with your mid-range scopes, even if you're standing, you're moving around a little bit, you're going to get a lot less crosshair drift than you will with those long-range scopes. This isn't exactly Battlefield, where if you're sniping when you're standing up, your guy's just spastically throwing his rifle all over and you can't really get any headshots off. You essentially have to be laying down with a bipod attachment before those long-range snipes in Battlefield are viable, at least in my opinion. Here in BattleBit Remastered, it really encourages this active recon gameplay like you're seeing here. You want to be moving around, crouching down, laying down, getting back up, moving around, making yourself a tough target to hit. And that's everything I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you do, feel free to pop it in the comments. And until the next time, this has been the Firing Squad. I'll see you around. Cheers.